All right, JJ, you want to start us off with Lowell?
Hey, Lowell, how you doing today?
Doing great. How you guys?
Not bad. Thanks for joining us. What did it feel like to get back on that practice field today?
It just makes you appreciate the little things in life, man. Just how fast this game could be taken away from you in the split of a second. So it felt great to be out there. There's a lot of excitement. So come back tomorrow and see if we can get the same thing done.
It looked like you were taking some mental reps. So were you able to get in there and take some actual reps?
Yeah, I was able to get some done. Coach is kind of being real cautious with me. So I was able to get in and get a few reps today.
What was the rehab process like after your surgery? How did that go for you?
It was slow, man. My injury was a lot worse than what people kind of know about. Me and Dad kind of had a similar injury as far as the dislocation. Y'all wasn't able to see mine because my ankle was spastic, but I had some cartilage damage that also took place. So that's why mine was kind of a little bit slower than as far as the recovery process.
Okay, Greg.
Lowell, did you expect that you would be back for the spring, or what was the timeline like as you kind of went through this from the injury till now?
Initially, I didn't know what to expect. Like right after the surgery, and because at first I thought it was just a kind of a dislocation and a fracture, but once I kind of went in and took the MRI and took some other tests, I realized that it was a lot worse. So I didn't kind of know what to expect. I knew I would be able to do something by spring ball, but I feel like I'm in a real great place as far as my rehab and my recovery.
Yeah, how does it just feel overall at this point? Is it difficult to move around, or how do you feel physically?
I wouldn't say it's difficult. You can tell that something happened to my left ankle compared to my right ankle. So it's the recovery process has been real slow. I have to, because it's nothing really. When you have like something deep tissue injury, there's nothing really that you can do to kind of speed the timing up. All you have to do is just let time take its place. So that has been the most frustrating part with me. It's not really more rehab or more sleep or anything that I can do. I just kind of just let time do what it's going to do.
Did they give you an idea of how much time that is before you might feel like you're moving around normally again?
Like I said, I'm doing a lot right now, a lot more than what people expect. So it really how much Coach Trailer's going to allow me to do. He's been real cautious with me, so it's really up to him about how much he's going to allow me to do during practice.
Yeah, is that a challenge to be patient? Do you find yourself kind of pushing, wanting to do a little bit more there than he wants you to do?
Like I said, today was just more being grateful, just being able to play again, just going through and having those flashbacks of what it felt like when it initially happened. And that first week of still in the hospital, I was in the hospital for almost 4 or 5 days. And just the first month was real rough. So just kind of thinking back to that, to think back to where I'm at now, I'm just blessed to be able to go out there and play again.
How do you feel from like an overall fitness and conditioning standpoint? It's got to be hard to keep up with that when you have an injury of this nature.
So that's been my biggest challenge. Being that I'm not able to, coach is not allowing me to do as much as the rest of the team. One thing I've been trying to focus on is just my diet, just make sure I'm putting the right things in my body, because if I'm not burning that much calories as everyone else. So that's been my biggest challenge right now.
When you look at this spring period as a whole, how important is it for the quarterbacks group to have this opportunity to work through the offense during this time where you didn't have this opportunity last year?
Playing quarterback is always tough, no matter where you're at or what system you're playing in, and especially with the things that happened with us last year. I mean, we played 4 or 5 quarterbacks with last year between me, Josh, Frank, JoJo. And so those young guys have to, just kind of an eye open of what can happen during that time span. And so I think it was great to kind of be out there. Coach is really pushing us, being of the situation that happened last year, which wasn't ideal, but it can show you that, you always have to be ready for the worst case scenario. So I think those guys are taking that situation and applying it now to, at any moment, one of those things can happen and you can be up to play.
And what's the process been like of kind of adding in some new looks and some different ways to run offense? It seems like that's been a point of emphasis.
Just like Coach said, just to keep challenging ourselves, right when you feel like you have everything figured out, you want to try put something new. I wouldn't say add something new, but just kind of change the look of it. So it's something to kind of keep our mind thinking and keep our mind kind of processing things rather than us going out there and thinking we know it all.